Hello, this is One Room with a View, and today we are looking at one of the most hotly debated questions going. What is the best year in film? So settle in as we count down our top 10 best years in cinematic history. Before we rush into yesteryear, let's remember how good 2013 actually was. Genuinely, we had the powerhouse documentaries of the act of killing and Blackfish, the gorgeous visuals of Gravity and Rush, the strong blockbusters Iron Man 3 and The Hunger Games 2, as well as the biting wit of Blue Jasmine and The Great Beauty. So when you think about it, 2013 had it all, and it was all really good. Jumping back 60 years for our number 9, it's 1954. Through La Strada, Seven Samurai and Dial M for Murder, the art of cinema was achieved through style and substance. As well as this, it saw iconic performances from two leading Hollywood stars, with an uber-cool Marlon Brando in On the Waterfront, and the effortlessly dazzling Grace Kelly in Rear Window. Deep in the mire of World War II, 1941 delivered pictures way beyond its time, with Sullivan's Travels and Citizen Kane still revered today for their ambition and scale. And let's not forget the Maltese Falcon, with the suave, sophisticated Humphrey Bogart at the front, which kicked off the film noir movement for the next decade. The year also boasted the best possible lineup, with film debuts from Ava Gardner, Charlton Heston, Sid Charisse, Bruce Lee and Frank Sinatra, all taking their first steps towards greatness. Now that's not a bad lineup at all. In at 7, it's 1974, when the modern legends of Spielberg, Coppola, Friedkin and Scorsese all established themselves on the movie stage. Coppola in particular delivered one of the all-time greats, with The Godfather Part 2. In amongst these cinematic classics, Mel Brooks delivered two of the all-time great comedies, Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles. These are both fantastic films which have influenced pretty much every single modern movie comedian. Alongside the doom and gloom of assassinations and the Vietnam War, 1967 proved the power of cinema through its new wave approach. Unafraid to tackle the big problems of race in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and In the Heat of the Night, whilst breaking social taboos over violence and love in Bonnie and Clyde and Cool Hand Luke. 1967 was the high point of New Hollywood and pushed the boundaries for film, but sadly it only takes us to our halfway point, sitting pretty at number 6. According to IMDb, The Shawshank Redemption is the best film of all time. Therefore, logic dictates that 1994 is the best year of all time, right? Well, it stakes a good case with excellent quality throughout its 12 months. From defining all British romances and 4 Weddings and a Funeral, producing one of the greatest animated films of all time with The Lion King, to redefining how impressive and important dialogue can be with the likes of Pulp Fiction and Clerks. Heck, it even showed us how a bus that couldn't slow down can equate to pure, unadulterated cinematic joy. However, 1994 only holds steady at number 5. The 80s is largely recognised as the best decade to be alive in, and 1987 proves this as it comes in at our number 4. It provided the timeless comedies of Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Princess Bride and Raising Arizona. Open your Netflix now and prepare your lungs for laughter. All of them are timeless comedies. 1987 also had this amazing, unabashed confidence that many movies lack today, with Predator, RoboCop and Evil Dead 2 all unashamedly, brilliantly bold and unforgettable. 1987 was the pinnacle of the 80s cinematic confidence, but it just misses out on our podium places. And in the bronze medal position, it's 1939. The quality of films within the simple calendar year is phenomenal. Just look at the Best Picture nominees. You had Gone with the Wind, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, The Wizard of Oz and Stagecoach. I mean, wow. Cinemagoers also had the joy of experiencing the talents of Charlie Chaplin, the Marx Brothers, Laurel and Hardy, Buster Keaton and the Three Stooges all at the same time. It's no wonder 80 million cinema tickets were sold a week. There's some truth in the old line, they don't make them like they used to. The runner-up, with Boombox Aloft and Aviator Shades Descended, is the sublime 1982. Awe-inspiring sci-fi flicks arrived in the form of The Thing, Blade Runner, Wrath of Khan, and E.T. placed itself in all of our hearts. 1982 stands out because every film released is consistently rewatchable, whether with a big smile on your face like Tootsie and An Officer and a Gentleman, or through Kleenex tissues and teary eyes like Sophie's Choice and Gandhi. It boasted an incredible variety and provided the platform of geek to become chic for the year and for decades afterwards. It had everything, and yet just falls short of becoming our winning 365 days of film. So I think it is time to reveal our winner. To give you some hints as to who our champion is, our ultimate year provided us with the animated classics of The Iron Giant, Toy Story 2 and Princess Mononoke, the breakout hits of The Sixth Sense and The Blair Witch Project and The Matrix, the comedy of election and office space, resounding American classics such as American Beauty, Magnolia, Being John Malkovich and American History X, as well as a film that's first and second rules mean that we can't talk about it. And to top it all off, Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace came out. What more could you want? 1999 is our clear victor. So what do you think? Are you applauding our decision, or are your pitchforks and torches already at hand? Leave a comment below to let us know. Thanks for watching.